Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of the Greek New Testament, and I'm reading through Colossians up to chapter 3. Eun son egerthete to Christo ta anotzetete, hu ho Christos estin en dexia tu theou kathemenos. If therefore you have been raised, this is from son egero, and this is the aorist passive subjunctive from sun egero. If therefore you have been raised with Christ, tsetete imperative, seek ta ano, the things above, who, now that's that use of the relative here meaning where. You've got to understand the place where, and then this is, you just get the who relative for where. So where the Messiah is, en dexia, now the participle here, kathemenos from kathemai, sitting, en dexia, on the right hand or the right side, probably right hand. It's got a feminine ending, so you're thinking that perhaps it's keri, which is a feminine noun, the right hand of God. Ta ano phronete, another imperative, think about the things above. So think on the things above, meta epites, gaze not on the things on the earth. Apitharatega kai hetsoe humon, kekruptai sun to Christo ento theo, hotan ho Christos phanerothe, ho hetsoe humon, toti kai humes sunauto phanerothesis the endoxe. So for apothanete, aorist from strong aorist from apothenesko, to die. So you have died, and your life, kekruptai, perfect passive from krupto, has been hidden with Christ in God. So again, you'll need to consult the commentaries to unpack some of the ideas here, but it's literally your life has been hidden with Christ in God. Hotan for hotean, so whenever the Christ might appear, might be made visible, might be made manifest in the old language. Hetsoe humon, your life. We have to understand something like your life will also be made known. Toti, at that time also, you will be made manifest, you will be made visible with him, endoxe, in glory. So this is a future here from phaneroo is the verb from here, both of these. This is a future passive. And yes, it's a future passive, so you get the they plus the sigma plus the s there. So you will be made visible in glory with him. Necrosati un ta mele ta epitesges ponean akathasian pathos epithumian kakain kai ten pleonexian hetis estin idolatria. Di ha erkatai he erge tu theou, and then in brackets epitus vius tes apatheas, full stop there. This is another imperative. The verb is necroo, to make dead, and it's an aorist imperative here, so literally make dead, so perhaps mortify is the other, put it more into Latin. So therefore mortify your members, the ones that are upon the earth. Pornean, prostitution. Now there's no commas here, which I did find slightly odd, but I think they're meant to be separate things here. So it's prostitution, impurity, pathos, passion, epithumia, probably goes with the kakain, so evil desire, and pleonexia, which is greediness. Pleonexia occurs quite a lot in the New Testament. It's from pleon, more, and the X here is from echo, so having more, so desiring more. So greed, hatis, the very thing which is idolatria, idolatry, on account of which the anger of God is coming, and then in brackets, upon the sons of disobedience, alpha privative from the patho root. So just to do that quickly, so mortify therefore your limbs, the ones that are upon your members, your limbs, the ones that are upon the earth, prostitution, uncleanness, passion, evil desire, and greed, which is idolatry, on account of which the anger of God is coming upon the sons of disobedience. En hois kai humes peripates poti, hoti etc. en tutois, in which also you once, that's that indefinite, notice the accent's put back here, it's enclitic, so you once walked, this is an aorist here, conducted yourself, when etsati, you used to walk among them, so among these various sins. So you used to live, I should say, from tsao, well, when you used to live among them. Nuni de apothesti kai humas tapanta, orgain thumon kakian, and continues on. Nuni de, we've seen that expression before, it's quite common, but now apothes there from apotithemi, this is the middle, it's an imperative middle, it means to put away, so now, so it's an imperative here. So now, aorist imperative, now put away all, now you also put away tapanta, all things. Orgain, anger, thumon, wrath, kakian, malice, blasphemian, blasphemy, aiskologian ectostomatus humon. This is from aiskos and logia, that connected with Lego, so speaking disgusting things, so perhaps bad language, ectostomatus humon, from your mouth. Me pseudeste es elelus, do not lie towards one another. Ap ek dusaminoi ton palaion anthropon suntais praxes in autu, kai en dusaminoi ton neon to anakainumenon, es apignosin kat ekona to ktisantos auton. I might just pause it there. So do not lie to one another. Ap ek dusaminoi, we've seen that verb before, it's a compound verb from apo plus ek plus duo or duno. It means putting off. It's used of taking your clothes off, and so it's putting off, putting away the old man with its praxesin, dative plural from praxis, with its practices. It is cognate with our word practice. With its actions or with its practices, kai en dusaminoin, this is the opposite of this one, so ap ek, so ek duno is to take off and throw it away. This is en duno, or en duo, you get both forms. So, and having put on the new, well, we've got to understand anthropon here, putting on the new man, the one anakainumenon, having, which is being renewed, it's a present participle from anakainoo, being renewed in full knowledge according to the image of the one having created out on it, so him, that's the neonanthropon. This is from Ktisdo, originally to found, but it's been used earlier in this epistle of the sense of create. Hopu uk eni Helen kai Iudaios peritome kai acrobustia barbaros skuthes doulos eleutheros ala tapanta en passin Christos. Now the any here, this also happens in classical Greek, the any here is for enesti. It's a shortened, it is a verb, it's a shortened verb from enesti, there is in. So in where, there, well, something like there is not within, and it's slightly awkward here with this, to get it literally into English. Hopu is where, there is not within, Hellene, a Greek and a Jew, peritome, circumcision, kai acrobustia, and uncircumcision, barbaros. Now barbaros is someone who doesn't speak Greek, because their language, originally it was used of the Persians because their language sounded like ba, and so the Greeks called them barbaroi. It's simply Barbaros in, of course, barbarian in modern English, but Barbaros originally meant someone who doesn't speak Greek, hence unrefined or uneducated. Skuthes, Scythian. Now Scythia, even in antiquity, even in earlier times, was regarded as a pretty dangerous, rough and ready, like the Badlands. So a Scythian was someone, then it became someone who is particularly rough and uneducated and uncouth. Doulos, a slave, eleutheros, a free man. But Christ, understand, is, and the ta is in brackets, all things and in all things. Possibly in all men, but we've got a neuter here, so I take it as in all things. En jusas theun hos lectoi to theou hagioi kai agapemenoi splankna oik tirmu kresstoteta tape not frosune prauteta macrothumian an ecomenoi alelon kai charizomenoi hiautos aeontis prostina eke momphane. Therefore, put these things, so clothe yourselves, it's an imperative here, middle imperative from enduo, as the chosen ones, the elect. This is from ek plus this lek root here, which is that leg root, not the speaking but the choosing. It's cognate with our word select. So it's the chosen ones, the ones chosen out, literally. So as the elect of God, holy ones and beloved, perfect passive participle from agapao here. Splankna oik tirmu. Literally, well, the splankna are your innards, but it's generally thought as the seat of emotion. Oik tirmos is compassion. So this is really something like the heart of compassion, because our modern heart is said to be the source of feelings and emotions. For the ancients it was the splankna, the bowels, the innards. So heart of compassion. Kresstoteta, this is accusative from kresstotes, goodness. Tapenophrosune, this is prauteta from prautes. You get praus, which is an adjective meaning meek, and prautes, third declension, means meekness, and this is the accusative here. Macrothumia, long-suffering, and ekomeno, bearing up one another, and it takes a genitive, so bearing up one another. Now, the charis dominoi, well, it means to do a favour, but in this work we've seen it earlier with the sense of forgiving, and it probably still has that meaning. So being forgiving to one another, if someone eke, subjunctive, might have, momphein, now there's a verb memphomai, meaning to blame. Momphe is the abstract first declension feminine noun, meaning a cause of blame, a complaint. So if someone might have a complaint prostina against someone else. Kathos kai hokurios ekarisato humin, hutos kai humes. And just as the Lord has forgiven, and it takes a dative here, as it did up here, has forgiven you, thus also you, understand, forgive others. Epipasin de tutois ten agapen ho estin sundesmos tes telai otetos. Epipasin tutois. Yeah, this is slightly idiomatic. So above all of these things, it's one of the many uses of epi. On top of all these things, there is, well, you've got to supply here, put on, I think, from, which was, we had earlier on, this endu seste up here. So it's put on or practice love, which is son desmos, the bond which of perfection, from teleotes, another one of these third declension nouns in es or otes. So and the it's almost in addition to all these things, perhaps it's better here. Above all, or in addition to all these things, that's the more common use of epi plus the dative. In addition to all these things, understand, put on love, which is the common bond of perfection. And the peace of coherene tu Christu, brabueto, en tais cardias humon, es hen kai ekletheti en kai heni somati. And the peace of Christ, now another third person singular imperative, let it act as a judge. This is from that, we've had that verb also in this work. You get brabuse is a word for a judge, and this is the verb brabuo, to act as a judge. So let the peace of Christ act as a judge in your hearts, in which also you have been called, aorist passive from Kallio, in one body. Kai eucharistoi genesti, and be giving of thanks. So, and it's a present imperative, so become those who give thanks. Hologos tu Christu enoi kato en humin plusios en passe sophia didascontes kai nuthetuntes hiautus. I'll just pause it there. The word of Christ, now another imperative here, let the word of Christ dwell in, and repeats the preposition, so it's from enoikio. Let the word of Christ dwell in you, plusios, richly, adverb here from plusios, meaning rich, in all wisdom, so teaching and admonishing, advising, admonishing yourselves in all wisdom, psalmois homnois, with psalms and with hymns, and there's no connective here, but it's oidois pneumatikais, with spiritual songs. So again, the edit hasn't put commas here. I would have liked commas here, but so it's with psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Ente cariti aidontes entais cardiais humon to theo. I'll pause it there. Spiritual songs. So it's singing in, or perhaps with, charis, with joy, well, perhaps with grace. Entais cardiais, in your hearts to God. So singing with thanksgiving, perhaps, in your hearts to God. singing with grace in your hearts to God. Kai pan hoti ean poieti en logo a en ergo, panta en onomati curio Iesu, eucharistuntes to theo patri di autu. And everything whatever thing, hoti, then the ean for an, it's that common use of ean for an. So, and everything, whatsoever thing you might do, subjunctive from poio, in word or in deed, understand, do all things in the name of the Lord Jesus. Eucharistuntis, giving thanks to God the Father, di autu, through him. So just to do that bit again quickly. So everything, whatsoever you might do, in word or in deed, understand, do. So take from the subjunctive here, take the imperative. So do all things in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. And that's the first part of chapter 3.